The purpose of this video is to teach you how to sign up the Employer Loyalty Program, or the ELP. This document is a checklist to help you understand the processes that you'll be going through when you do the sign up. It also has some key information as to what to talk about with the business owner and what the final steps are once the platform has actually been set up. This document is going to be located in our training center as well as on the next training site through the Dropbox. We're not going to go through this document step by step because we're going to be doing a live demonstration, but we just wanted to make sure that everyone was aware that this document was available so that you had a step-by-step process. All right, let's go ahead and click on the link for simplyrewards.com/employers. My program is asking me to allow my browser to open up that window, and I'm going to give it permission. And as you can see, we're now landed on the simplyrewards.com/employers. You can see here in the corner that it says this is the Simply Rewards Employee Loyalty Program. And we have a simple couple of fields to get us started. So let's go ahead and fill out this information. We're going to use Julie Simmons as our example today. So we're going to put in her first name, her last name, and her email address. And then we have to enter the representative ID. This is the same ID that you've been given when you became an affiliate with Simply Rewards. And it's the same ID that you use at the bottom of your merchant agreements. So we're going to enter that information and click on the Continue button. Now we're on the platform setup. All of this information is required because we'll utilize this information to help set up the ELP as well as setting up the merchant account associated with the ELP. I'm going to go ahead and pre-fill some of this information for us now. All right, now let's go ahead and look at some of this pre-filled information. In this example, we're going to be using the wine company as our business name. So as you can see, the name of the platform is the Wine Company Benefits. That's their ELP name. Next up, we have their address, their city, state, and zip, and we have their business phone. Please leave out the parentheses and the dashes when entering the phone number. Then we have the business website. This is their business URL. So you can see we have thewineco.com. And lastly, we have the required memberships. From here, you'll go ahead and select from the drop-down menu the number of employees that they currently have. Now in this example, I'm going to tell you that they have 10 employees at this restaurant, but we're going to go ahead and select 15 because we know that in a lot of businesses there is some turnover. So people come and people go. So we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a cushion and allow them to have 15 memberships to issue to their employees. Next up, we have the contact information. Now since we're already working with Julie, we're going to keep Julie as our primary contact. But this may not always be the case. There might be a key person, such as a general manager or an assistant manager, who might be the contact, but you might also be working with the owner of the business as well. So for this example, we're going to make her the same. Julie Simmons is the owner. We have the opportunity to change that email address for her if we like, and we can put in a personal phone number for her as well. This up here is going to be the business phone, where this is more of a contact like her personal cell phone number. Next up, we have the contract information. We've got this simple link for you to copy from left. Now that all the information is pre-filled, there's a couple of fields that we still need to complete. First one is the legal name. The legal name is not always the same as their business name. So in this example, we'll just put in TWC Wine LLC. Then we have their mailing address, their full address, and those might be different than their business address if they have like a corporate office. Then we go ahead and choose the business type. In this example, we know that it's an LLC, so we'll choose that. And we have the signee name, email, and signee title. Now, as I stated earlier, we're utilizing Julie Simmons as the owner of the business, but this could be somebody listed here as the owner, again, different than the contact person over here. And the last part of this process is the account access information. Since you're working through this process with this contact or the business owner, you ask them what their username and password is, knowing that it can always be changed at any time from their back office. So we'll go with Julie.Simmons, keeping it simple, and we'll go with the password Julie. And then we see that we have their email address that's pre-filled for us. But let's say she wanted to use a different email for this one, so we might say thewineco.com, and she's got a different email address that she'd like to use from here. Once all of the information is completed, just click on Submit and Continue. As you can see, we're now taken to the agreement page. All of the information that we just entered in the legal or contract section is actually pre-filled into this contract as well. As you can see right here, we have the legal name as TWC Wine LLC is the recipient with that business's address. Then we can go ahead and scroll down through this agreement, and they can read all the terms and conditions and the information that's in here as well. Once they've reviewed the information, they get to the bottom, and they can click on I agree to the website agreement. Once that agreement button has been pushed, congratulations! The employee loyalty program has been set up for the wine company. As you can see, this is the confirmation page. We're calling out Julie's name, welcome to Simply Rewards, and we have some important information for them. One, please check their email, their junk or their spam to make sure they receive the welcome email, and to make sure that they add support@simplyrewards.com to their safe senders list so that any future emails don't get blocked as well. We ask them to forward a copy of their company logo or their business logo, preferably a PNG or JPEG, to support@simplyrewards.com. And once we receive that logo, it can take up to 48 hours to set up their account, or usually I'd like to say 1 to 2 business days. And then we'll email them once their account is active. And then it'll list out who the representative is. Because we use My Representative ID, it says Paul Miller is your local representative. So if you need anything else, please don't hesitate to reach out. And thank you for partnering with us. Now that's the entire process for signing up the ELP. And now let's take a look at the final steps for you as the representative. Let's jump to number 5, the next steps. Question is, can they log onto the platform immediately? And the answer is yes, they can. Now if they do that right away, the logo is not going to be added at this point because our team is going to take 1 to 2 business days depending upon the volume at that time and the amount of ELPs that are getting entered into the system. So the logo may not be there right away. Now the business owner can upload their own logo, or you can assist them with this. Now the reason that we recommend that they do log on is that we know that typically you're going to be there with them, walking them through this setup process. So if you do that, the next step could be to encourage them to check out the resources page, and they can watch all of the platform videos. We have the platform overview video, and we have a video on every one of the sections inside of the employer loyalty platform. Now one thing to note is that the manage offer section is not immediately set up. And the reason for that is because we need to check internally to find out if this particular business had already been working with us and had a free merchant account. And if so, then we need to connect that account to their new ELP. And if not, that's okay too. We just need to click a button and we'll go ahead and automatically create a new merchant account for them inside of their ELP system. And if the manage offer section has not been set up within 2 business days, please email support@simplyrewards.com so that we can go ahead and make sure that that's done for you. And lastly, we encourage you to work with them on how to set up their employees, or maybe at least help them to set up the very first employee in their system, because that way they'll get familiar with the website, they'll understand how easy it is to add their employees in, and they can start utilizing the benefits right away and rewarding their employees. Okay, now let's just take a couple more minutes and let's go ahead and let's log into their account that we just set up so that we can actually see what it looks like when a brand new account has been created. And now we're on rewardsbenefits.com. This is the landing page for the business owner, for all of their employees, and for all of the businesses who enroll in the ELP system. So we just set up Julie, so let's go ahead and put in her information, julie.simmons. Password was Julie, and we'll go ahead and we'll click on login. And as you can see, once logged in, the very first message she sees is to make an impact, and she's required to choose a charity. We list the local charities that she has in her given community, and we can see some of the icons and the logos that were set up in that example. So from here, we're going to go ahead and choose Castleview High School as her charity, and we give her a thank you message, letting her know that every purchase she makes saves her money, but it also creates donations to Castleview High School. And this is the same message that her employees are going to be getting when they log in for the very first time as well. As she scrolls down, she can see some of the deals and how the platform actually works once she's enrolled. Now, let's go ahead and take her to her back office. We'll click on My Account. Now we'll go ahead and scroll down to the last option, Rewards Back Office. Okay, as you can see, we're now on the home page of the wine company's ELP back office. You can see that we have the name, the Wine Company Benefits, which is the name that they chose for their platform when they signed up initially. Now, as you can see, the logo is currently at Simply Rewards, and the reason for that is that our staff hasn't had the 1 to 2 business days to set up their logo. Now, you can actually help them to do that by going to their account management, clicking on Update Logo, and then you can go ahead and click on Choose File, go to your favorite place on your computer, wherever you store those information. I have a logos folder. And from here you can see we have the wine company header, so I'm going to go ahead and select that. Now, one quick note, we do require PNG files, and we do that because we like the transparent image that will go on the header of the website, and they can't be any greater than 110 pixels high or 300 pixels wide. That's why our staff can help in this process to get the image exactly the way it needs to be to look its best on the site. Once everything is ready, just click on Save Changes, and as you can see, we have a message that says it's set up, and immediately the wine company logo is now set up here in the header of the website. The next section that we want to highlight for you would be the resources section. We have some quick links for you here, such as the platform overview video and the video library. Now, both of these are actually listed as well on the resources tab. So let's click on resources. And from here you can see we have articles, special discounts, and then the video library. To watch these videos in order, just click on the platform overview, and the first video will start and it'll play right here in the middle of their screen. If at any time they want to hit pause, just click anywhere in the video player and it will be paused. So that's just a quick overview of the ELP platform once you set it up from the very beginning. If you have any questions, please contact us via phone or via email at support@nextsolutions.com.